homework. Let's go.
All right, so I assigned you guys to go back to August 9th, 1997. ECW, Born to Be Wired, my first ever live ECW show in the arena. And as a, I told the story when Sabu passed. As a huge Sabu fan, I was fucking over the moon when I got there, and I bought a program, and the fucking main event in the program said Terry Funk defends the ECW World Heavyweight Championship against Sabu, no rope barbed wire match. I probably came in my pants.
Sweatpants?
No, I didn't wear sweatpants to the ECW arena. What kind of crazy person?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't fit in.
So,
well, he wasn't wearing deodorant, so that checks.
That's not true. I was.
And he fit in.
You take a nap on Ming Chen?
No, he fit. That was wild, bro. I'll tell you, it took him a long time to set up that fucking ring. Take the ropes down and put the barbed wire up.
Why?
It probably took like 40 minutes.
Why?
Because they're not professionals. Have you ever seen ECW?
Also, because they're ECW, like, it wasn't like working barbed wire. Like, that was real shit. Which came to play into this match in a major way. When I watched this morning and I saw that it was 25 minutes long, I was like, oh man, this is going to be quite the watch. But it flew pretty quickly. And I thought, all things considered, I enjoyed it. And I've watched it several times. But I'm curious to see what you guys thought about it.
I enjoyed it. It's been a bunch of years since I saw it. They're definitely more entertaining the top half of the match. The bottom part where it's a lot of, just like waiting on them to set shit up and whatnot. But overall, I definitely had a good time watching this again. Anytime I get to hear people getting fucking slammed in the ECW ring, I always say it. It just sounds fucking great.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I remembered enjoying it. I do agree that the second half, like there were some bigger spots, but there was a whole lot of like Van Dam coming out, Tommy Dreamer coming out. Like I kind of understand why they did it because there was like genuine concerns when Sabu cut his arm open and when Terry Funk started getting caught in the barbed wire. I do love when Sabu didn't sell something and Funk is just beating on me. He goes, I don't give a shit. And he just keeps hitting him more. Like fired up Terry Funk was amazing. I did feel very bad for Bill Alfonso. Like at one point he should have just ran away, but he fucking took the barbed wire across the back and stood around. That took balls, man, because I probably would have been like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out of here. That was fucked up shit. But I wound up enjoying it a lot more than I remember enjoying it. But like I said, the second half, it really started to peter out. And the ending, obviously, it had to end. But it's fucked up where Sabu tries to pin him and he kicks out. And then he tries to pin him again like 2 minutes later. And then he gets him. And you could tell nobody was prepared for fucking barbed wire chicanery in that arena.
No, you can't. Well,
not at all.
We'll get HK's opinion in a second, but like they're trying to cut everybody out, and someone's like, "Where's the Clippers?" And they're like, "We only have." You hear someone like, "We don't have any more pairs."
Yeah,
like I don't think anyone was prepared to cut two human beings out of the fucking barbed wire disaster.
And even the way they had the ropes set up, like they just had messes in between the ropes instead of just wrapping them 3 in a row on all 4 sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's probably why it took them like 40 minutes because they probably wound up getting shit tangled up, didn't know how to get out of it, couldn't figure it out, and just said, you know what? Fuck it. That's a side. That's a side. And of course, it's the side where all the fucking tables were, but I digress. HK, Matt was curious. What you got for us, brother? How much did you hate this fucking thing?
So I haven't watched this match since it came out on that DVD. I might have watched it twice on that DVD, and that was pretty much enough for me. Watching it now, years because that DVD came out a long time ago. I don't remember. It's got to be at least 15. It feels like, but
it's longer than that.
Is it? Yeah, it was quite a
Yeah.
while. Yeah, and
This match is almost 30 years old.
yeah, but the DVD was a WWE release.
Oh, was it? No, I
Yeah.
thought Born to Be
Yes.
Wired.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
It was on ECW Bloodsport, Most Violent Matches. 2012 it came out.
Okay.
No, but the original release came out shortly after the event, though, right?
Yes, but that was on tape. HK's talking about the DVD
Yeah.
that the
Oh, gotcha,
WWE
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Did
my
they
bad.
did they have this on the ECW documentary? Because I know they had some
Find out in a
matches.
second if you want.
The I wonder if it is on that documentary because I have that too. And either way, not a giant fan of this match. One thing, like watching it, the thought that kept on going through my mind is having to contour the way you work, because working in the ring for those two guys, especially guys have been around for that long, to have to remember like, oh no, Irish whip is not going to be what I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like just the things that are just autopilot in your mind. I was not a giant fan, man. So I'll tell you this. I wasn't like pissed off and hating every moment of it, but there was so much within the match itself where I was like, why? What's the fucking point? Why can't we just have Sabu and Terry Funk in a fucking match? Why is that not good enough? And when it got to the end, I fucking kind of threw my hands up, because you have this giant, like, this shit's going to be crazy barbed wire match, and they start slowing down. The barbed wire is fucking messy. It's getting caught on everything. Then they wrap Funker around, and then Sabu's wrapped around, and then they roll in the ring, and nothing really spectacular happens. He pins him, and then he fucking kicks out. And at that point I went, fuck this. Just fuck this. I don't want to watch this anymore, because I didn't remember the finish. And I was happy when he pinned him again and he got the 3. But then I was pissed off, because I was like, you have this grand match. First barbed wire, no road. It's a fucking maniacs match. And that's the fucking finish. 1, 2, kick out. I'll cover you again. Ah, gotcha. What the fuck?
Well, HK, I don't think that was. I mean, if you follow the story, they go the next week to Hardcore Heaven, and Shane Douglas just wins the title, and them recreating the classic triple threat match from the night the line was crossed. I don't think Sabu was supposed to win the title that night. They were just so tangled up in that barbed wire that I think they called an audible, because they were in serious fucking danger.
I'm with you there. I always thought that was the unplanned finish.
Like if you look at 1997 ECW and the story like this was just an ECW house show the week before Hardcore Heaven 97. The big match going into Hardcore Heaven 97 is fucking Tommy Dreamer and Jerry Lawler. Like that's the huge story. Like I think this match and the result. God bless you. Are you? What are you doing? Are you having a heart attack?
This is a fucking house show?
Yeah. This is a show at the ECW arena.
ECW used to name their house shows just like AEW names every fucking episode of Dynamite. So.
And then
they've only had one pay-per-view at this point, I think. Anyway, just barely legal. I think
barely legal. Yeah. Heatwave was not on pay-per-view.
Yeah. This is, and I think that one of the reasons I didn't hate it as much as I had anticipated hating it was because of the components. You know what I mean? Like I love Funker. I like Sabu. So the components kind of helped in that, in the watch or in the viewing. If it was two guys I didn't give a shit about, I'd be taking a shit everywhere right now.
I could make that happen.
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
Just so you know, Forever Hardcore for some reason doesn't have a Wikipedia page, and I can't find the matches on IMDb, but it does have on the back Sabu versus Terry Funk as one of the matches. It doesn't say that that's this match from Born to Be Wired. So
yeah, and I pulled up I had the Rise and Fall of ECW up, and it's not one of the matches on that DVD.
Yeah.
So maybe it's on here. I'll fucking check it out at some point. Nobody really gives a shit anyway. But yeah, I mean, I think maybe Terry Funk kicked out at first because he thought he could continue, and then maybe he realized just how bad it was and said, "You know what? I'm fucking done."
Yeah,
Is
he had
he-
it wrapped around his neck.
Yeah, didn't he say like at one point like he couldn't breathe anymore, and that's why he just said fuck it, let's just end it?
I'm pretty sure he said that in his book. Like he was like, "I'm
I
gonna fucking
couldn't
die."
breathe.
Yeah,
Well, and like I kept on thinking too, like when they're especially when they're wrapped up, but even at different spots in the match, like one wrong move and you're losing an eyelid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because
Like one, like
Yep.
just like why? What's the?
they're
you-
hardcore, bro.
You had a
Because
house
that-
show.
That's where we were in 1997. You know, like the Attitude Era is just kind of picking up steam, right? Like we're fresh off of Shawn Michaels clobbering the Undertaker, and after Brett spit in his face at SummerSlam '97. So I'm gonna go off on a tangent for like 2 minutes, but my buddy texted me the other day, "What's the best year of wrestling like for you?" I think for me it was '97. I got to see the WWF title change hands. I was at this show where the ECW title changed hands, and then I was at Starrcade '97 when Sting beat Hogan. I think that might be my best year, but like to your point, HK, why are they doing this? Like, because that's what it was. It was ECW. It was okay. We have to push the envelope and like, look, man, Sabu did he did a lot of stupid shit for the good of the wrestling business. Like, and he didn't really, think about himself. Like he fucking cut his bicep like bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like, Fonzie, you got to give me tape.
And then he's fucking rapping it, getting the shit kicked out of him. Keeps on rapping to get the shit out
He
of him.
was rapping it while Terry Funk was going for a neck breaker.
Yeah.
He's in the neck breaker, and you just see this in the background.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And it's wild that Terry Funk is having this match in 1997.
Oh yeah.
53, as old as fucking R-Truth.
I don't know. It was a throw, it was for me, it was nostalgic, fresh off of Sabu passing, and then I was there and I talk about it at nauseum on the show. So I figured why not assign it as homework? But I don't know.
No,
It was good.
you were
I
there. Was that there had to be a better match that night?
Taz Al Snow, Tommy Dreamer, RVD, Shane Douglas,
sound better.
Lance Storm.
All of them sound better.
You know what's funny?
You can see. Oh, I'm sorry. You can see me. You can see me.
Did they show the fire alarm?
Funny, brother. When they are putting Terry Funk on the table, we are like 3 rows back on that. We were on the floor. You can see me standing on the chair. Very young Matt with his North Carolina.
With his freshly sliced abdomen.
Jizz covered sweatpants.
Next
Chen
month,
sleeping on his lap.
Right next to his Iranian boyfriend.
Original Iranian boyfriend.
Right. About to change his laundry out of the porta-john.
the next month we were there. We were the ones that caught Spike Dudley when Bam Bam threw him into the crowd. I'm like one of the last people to touch him before he lands on his feet.
Oh, nice.
That's a solid show too.
Yep.
All right, Brundo, you're up, big guy.
All right, so I think I got a match that's going to make at least 2 Wizards happy. So this week we are going back to, let me see, what year? 1994 Superstars.
No boy.
It's going to be July 30th. Bret Hart versus Bob Backlund.
All right.
And yeah, it's that match. I haven't watched this since it aired. So I'm pretty excited, especially after watching the Superstars match, HK, that you put out a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back. I'm going to watch a whole show, of course, but I'm really excited to go back and see just how good this was, and especially the aftermath.
Yeah, there's a lot of gems on early Superstars. WCW Saturday Night too. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah. I checked,
And
it is on Peacock too.